How's it going, everybody? Got a new background here. We finished off the living room project this weekend, which is very exciting. Pretty much means the home projects I think are done for the year, which is like big time, awesome. And we have this week coming up is like a big week ahead. So I'm just gonna give a couple minutes for people to come on. I know I'm a little bit later than normal. We're in like full on harvest mode here at the house as well, which is also kind of coming to an end. So it's a good time of year. So bear with me 1 minute. I'm gonna share this around a little bit. So if you're on here, let me know that you're here, and we'll have a little conversation tonight, hopefully. Todd's in the house, and Summer's in the house. Sorry if it's like a weird lighting. I have my computer below here giving me some like weird uplighting, so sorry. Meatloaf says, big week for a small man. Totally accurate. Big dog bros in the house. Very good, very good. So, like I said, we're in full on harvest mode at the house here. The garden is still just pumping out stuff. So we have like still harvesting kale and lettuce and basically as much as we could possibly eat on that stuff. Still okra too. We've had 3 frosts at our house. I thought that would kill off the okra, but it's still going. Got another quart of okra in the freezer today. And then basically my apple harvest this year was mostly a failure up to now. The one tree that normally gives us all of our apples, like 2 out of the last 3 years, it's given us 20 gallons of apples from one tree, which is insane. But, we've had now that tree probably only had a quarter of its normal apples on it. And then on top of that, throughout August, when the apples would normally come, they were late. And so I was kind of waiting on them. And then the apples started to come, and I didn't realize it. And they were just getting eaten by turkeys and I think bear. And I know some deer were down there as well. So we were fighting nature for our apples. I think there were not nearly as many around this year. So scarcity, supply and demand was not in our favor. But then this other tree, which has never given us apples in the past, once we started to get some rain, all the apples on it just plumped up. And I've like got, I think, 6 gallons in the freezer, and there's probably 2 more gallons on that tree. So 2 at least, I would say. So it's pretty exciting that I'm still getting some apples. I won't have enough to make apple butter. I'll just have enough to freeze and do that kind of stuff. I guess I could make some apple butter, but I probably won't. Probably just make some applesauce throughout the year, and then apple crisp is that's like my favorite. So I'll have enough to make apple crisp all winter, which will be wonderful. So it's been like one of those years where some things fail, and then it's like every failure, there's like God is replenishing it right around the corner. Same thing happened last night. I went out and I went to pick the grapes, and evidently something else wanted the grapes because the grapes were gone when I went to go get them. And once again, there weren't as many as in years past, so I wasn't expecting to have like tons of grapes, but I have zero. Like there's nothing. So then I went into the garden, and here are all these carrots that I had just randomly planted. Were all basically ready, and so I got a couple pounds of carrots instead of grapes. So it was good. So so yeah, that's kind of been the homestead story here. And then finished our project here in the living room. So we got a new couch for the first time in our entire marriage, which is amazing. All my painting projects are done. All the family pictures are on the wall. Like it's just, it's really good at our house right now. And it's just in time, honestly, because we're starting now tomorrow, full on preparations for our celebration, which we're calling an open invitation, starting at Living Water Church this Friday. So Friday night from 6 to 9, and then every night for 8 days, we're going to be just celebrating in the parking lot. We'll have food every night, and then at 6 o'clock, and then from 7 to 9, we're just going to worship and have teaching, and we have bonfires that we'll have set up throughout the night as well. So You can bring your mountain pie irons, bring your folding chairs, bring a tent if you want to. Set it up right there in the parking lot, and we'll just enjoy celebrating as a community. And I'm really excited about it. I've had the kind of messages or the teachings planned out. I really felt like I just had like some direct revelation from God for over like probably 2 or 3 months now, and so it's really I'm just honing it together at this point, and I'm just really excited for what this week could be. Now, obviously, it's not going to be as great if nobody shows up. So, hopefully, you guys are planning to come, and you can come join us, and we'll just have a great time as a community, as a church family, and from other churches in the neighborhood too. Where we invited, I think, 46 different churches. I believe we sent letters to. So every single church out there is invited as well. So if you go to another church, please feel free to come over. We're not going to try to steal you from your church or anything like that. Honestly, we want this just to be an event that builds up all the churches, and it builds up the community in general. So if you can make it out, come on out. It's going to be awesome. Let's see who we got here. Rafe says, "Hey Andrew, do you think this year here in Kittanning we're going to get a lot of snow?" I do think that this is going to be a year of snow. I don't know. We're overdue, and it seems like whenever we have a mild winter, we have a mild, or whenever we have a mild summer, we have a mild winter. And this year we did not have a mild summer. It was a nasty hot summer, and so I'm guessing we're going to get the other extreme afterwards. So. One man's opinion, though. Swan is in the house. Good to have you. Cameron is sick. Sorry to hear that, Cameron. Hopefully you feel better soon. Todd says, "I want a rematch at Super Chex Bubble Hockey. I told you I retired. I'm 1-0, and I'm never playing again." Just kidding. Yes, someday soon. Meatloaf says, "God replenishes every failure. Guess that explains why I came along." And it makes sense that your mom didn't have any more children after you, you know? It was like, perfection has been achieved, no need to go on. Let's see. Cameron says, "Did you get your drone?" Yeah, I've had a drone for 2 years now. Really need to go fly it again. And we're coming into the beautiful colors. Last year I wanted to get some drone shots of snow, but there was basically no snow throughout the entire winter. And the one time that we did get snow, it was melted by like noon. So I wasn't able to get the drone out, but hopefully this year is going to be the year. Tyler donated $1. Thanks, man. Totally appreciate that. The channel has actually like made some money lately. It's crazy. Not through donations really, but I have this video about how to make grape jelly, which is really obscure. I actually just made it for myself, just so I would be able to go back and reference it. So next time I would make grape jelly, that I would then, wouldn't have to go look up how to do it. I'd just go watch myself do it. But that video got like, I think it's up to like 13,000 views now, and it like tripled the revenue on my channel, just that one video. It's bizarre. So, it's pretty cool to see the YouTube channel actually support itself. I think it will more than pay for the ads that I'll run this month. So this might be the first time that I've ever been positive dollar-wise on the YouTube channel, which is kind of crazy. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a job someday. I just need like 100,000 more subscribers and we'll be good to go. Big Dog says, "Fall drone footage would be great." Yeah, I have some from last year. Last year was the most beautiful year in my 8 years in Kittanning. It was absolutely incredible. And so if it's anything like last year, I'll get some killer drone shots again, and it'll be wonderful. Aaron's in the house. Says, "Sorry, I'm late." Aaron, I will try to forgive you. There's a hardness in my heart that I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but I will definitely try. Tyler, I don't know. I don't even know what that is, Tyler. Um, is it a PewDiePie thing? I think I've seen that on PewDiePie back in the day when he was having the war with T-Series. Is it a rabbit? I don't know. If it's not, I'll probably sound really stupid. But anyways, um, no. Okay, yeah, no, I have it wrong then. So, anyways, one other thing. Oh, it is a rabbit. Okay. So yeah, I was right. Um, I don't know. I don't know that it's funny or not funny. So, but other than that, Bella says, "Hello, Pastor Andrew. Hello, good to have you. What do you think about Gregory? Which Gregory? I know lots of Gregorys." Todd says, "I have a request for a video. Pumpkin pie from scratch, baking the pumpkin pie, the whole works." I don't have any pumpkin though. That would be. I mean, I would try it for sure, but maybe someday. I feel like I would have to use the food processor. I don't know. Sounds tricky. Although actual pumpkin pie, I think all the best pumpkin pie recipes, my dad was telling me this, are actually made from buttercup squash. They're not made from pumpkin at all, which is interesting too. So the last thing that I want to talk about is like today, right now, actually, is the Day of Atonement. I've been trying to use this time to, um, let you guys know what we're doing at church, and so we've been in this series called Forgotten Things, and so there's this one thing within the church, all of these different Jewish holidays and festivals, which have pointed like directly to Jesus. Basically, the entire Christian church is based off of these festivals. It points directly to all the greatest things that we know about Christianity. And so today is the Day of Atonement, and it's a day of repentance. It's a day of basically checking your life and um, asking God for forgiveness. And so it started at sundown tonight, and it'll go until sundown tomorrow. So I would just challenge you guys to reflect on your life, and if there's something that needs to change, that you would ask God for forgiveness, that you would ask Him for guidance and direction. And I know that I'm trying to take these things more seriously this year because I really believe there's something to it, and that's what it has to do with our celebration next year or next week as well. That starts on Friday. We'll be celebrating at the same time as the Jewish Feast of Tabernacles, and so be teaching on that throughout the week. And I'm just really excited about what that revelation can do for us, for our spiritual life, which then reflects on our physical life, reflects on our community, reflects on all the different things that we have going on. And I just believe that if we can press in, if we just continue to move forward as a community, then in that way, then we'll see all of the other things fall into place. We'll see addiction go away. We'll see blight go away. We'll see all of the different issues that we're trying to deal with be solved if we could just solve that one thing. But that's just one man's opinion. So I just wanted to throw that out to you guys as well, since today is actually the day for Day of Atonement right now as we're here doing this live stream. Let's see. Aaron says, "Remember, God only forgives you if you forgive." It says in Matthew. That's true. Okay, I'll try harder to forgive you. Um, Phoenix says, "You're doing a great thing for Kittanning." I'm trying to just do my part, Phoenix. I'm not. I don't think I'm doing anything super special. But that being said, I do try to do my part every day. And if I can do that, and if I can document everyone else doing great things, then I think that makes a difference too. The problem for so many years is that the people doing good things around town were too quiet. And so if they're too quiet and the people doing bad things are too loud, then people begin to lose hope. And I think, if anything, what this channel has achieved, I think it's brought a lot of people hope for the future. And we're documenting the process. So as Kittanning has its comeback, and when it becomes one of the best small towns in the United States, and when that process is complete, then we'll have 1,000 videos that we can go back and reference and say, I was there when Kittanning was at its lowest point, and now it's at its highest point, and we've watched it climb, and we've been a part of it, and we didn't abandon it. We just hung in there. I kept doing the next right thing, and lo and behold, God blessed us with a brand new place. So that's my hope. Let's see. Lewis says, that's a nice lamp. And then Tyler says, Lewis is a moth confirmed. That's fantastic. The moth memes were probably one of my favorite sets of memes over the past couple years. Fantastic stuff. That's right up there with the storming Area 51. I thought that was really good too, but that didn't go as well as planned. I wish it would have done better. All right. So I think that's it. I've been trying to just keep these short, just 15 minutes, and so thank you guys all for joining tonight. Is there any last minute questions? I'll stay on for 2 more minutes. If there's any last minute questions that you want to ask about anything, whether it be stuff with the church or the event we got going on, any of that kind of stuff, feel free to throw it out there, and I'll be happy to answer whatever you got. If not, I'll just keep checking out your guys' stuff that you're posting. Meatloaf says, you're welcome for my presence. Yes, thank you very much for showing up. Rafe says, can we have a gaming stream? I'm not against it. I mean, honestly, if I've had you guys asking about doing gaming at some point. We've still never done that. So we should definitely get together and do it. I'm totally game. I have pretty much everything that we would need at this point. We have a sick streaming computer at the church. I have the microphones. I have the cameras, obviously. So we can make this happen. Milo says, favorite color blue yet? Yeah, I mean, as far as clothing, blue is my favorite. I like green when we're talking about in general, but I'm not like super big on favorite colors. Do you play Pokemon Go? No, I do not. I played Pokemon back in the day. I played Pokemon I had Pokemon Red and Pokemon Yellow. So I'm going way back to the beginning of Pokemon. That's when I was in. Now, I don't even know. I have no idea. Jennifer says, can you expand into Clarion County? Interesting story about that, actually. We have some people that come to our church from Clarion County. And when we were talking about, we were researching some different stuff. And they had received a word for their territory. And they're from Hawthorne in Clarion. And I went back and I was looking at some map of Pennsylvania from the 1800s. And Clarion County and Armstrong County at one point were actually the same county. And so it was an interesting thing because they were talking about the same thing. We were like, well, we feel like our counties are kind of connected in some way. And we went back and it was like, well, that's because they were the same. We really were connected in some way. So, yeah, I don't doubt that we'll expand into Clarion County at some point as far as summer serve and those kinds of things. But I'm not sure when. Where are you at in Clarion County? Are you talking like New Bethlehem or are you talking like Clarion? Because it makes a difference. Clarion is a lot further. New Bethlehem kind of feels still like Armstrong County to me. Tyler says, play Among Us with me. I don't know what Among Us is. You have to send me a link to the game. I'll check it out. There's a color war going on here. Rafe says, hey, Mr. Andrew, can we have a big Kittanning Nerf war? Once again, sounds fantastic. We have a space to do it. We have the church. We could totally use the fellowship hall for a Nerf war. We could do it outside. We could set up a big Nerf war in the parking lot. I mean, it would be amazing. So, yes, absolutely. Let's organize it. Send me a message on Instagram. DM me on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you want to. Let's talk about it and let's plan it out. I'm totally cool with that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm more of a promoter, okay? I'm not going to put it together, but I'll promote it and I'll show up. I can do those two things. Summer says, when will we get the mural? That's a great question. Okay, I don't have an update. I haven't had an update on that very purposely, but this will be like secret news right here. Okay, only the people that make it 20 minutes into the live stream are going to understand where we're at with the mural. I just got approval on the first mural. We have the building secured. I got $2,500 donated towards it already. And so I'm going to need several $1,000s more. But I can pretty much guarantee you that next spring we will have the first mural done in Kittanning, which is super exciting for me. I have 3 more sites picked out. I only have kind of halfway approval on one of them. So my hope is that next year we'll get the first mural done and the second mural done. And the year after that, we'll do the third one and the fourth one. And hopefully by then there will be enough momentum that other building owners will get on board and decide they want to do something on their building. But I want to start with those 4. That's what I'm pushing on over the next 2 years. And I think if we can get those done, it will increase the arts presence in Kittanning by like 1,000%. So that's where we're at with the mural. Like I said, totally secret for now. I'll be making a video on it after Feast of Tabernacles because then we'll have that kind of settled. Summer says, any decision on the scene? Yes. So we basically already have the scene picked out. I won't quite reveal it yet, but it has to do with Kittanning history, one of the coolest pieces of history, and it's right next to the site where the history actually happened, and so it'll make a lot of sense when I make the video. But that'll be coming up soon. We'll do a big fundraising push. I'll probably do a GoFundMe, and so any of you that want to donate towards the arts in Kittanning, you'll have the opportunity to do that very, very soon. Let's see. Lewis says, what is your favorite food? That's a great question. I'm not 100% sure. See, it's difficult because you want to pick like a junk food or something like that. But even I just preached today, I really like healthy food, okay? So if I could pick a favorite food, it would probably be apples. And probably Honeycrisp apples. Apples are very versatile, and I just like them. I could eat apples every day, no problem. So that's kind of boring, and I know. I'm trying to think of what else I might say. Other things that I would say would be even more boring, so I'm going to go with apples. Jackie says, do you have an artist? Yes, we do. We have an artist. She's from Allison, or not from Allison Park. Her name is Allison, but she is from, goodness, I can't remember now. Right on the tip of my tongue. But it's on the northern end of Pittsburgh. She lives about a half an hour away from us. And yeah, so we have an artist. We have the wall. We have probably 30% of the money that we'll need. And yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen sooner than later. Like I said, next spring, I believe we'll be able to get it done. We would try to do it this year, but we're already really past prime painting season. And the risk of frost right now is too great. And the paint that they use is super high quality paint, and it needs time to cure. And so we can't risk it at this time of year. You don't want to spend that much money and then have it get ruined by weather. So we're just going to hold off until the spring. Once the weather dries out in the spring, then it'll be time, and we'll get her done. Rafe, I have no idea what that is. Todd says red delicious apples are the best. I don't know if you're trolling me or what exactly you're trying to do, but red delicious apples should be outlawed from the United States. They are literally the worst apple on the planet. They are terrible. Nobody should eat them ever. Like, don't punish yourself like that. Do yourself a favor. Go get a Honeycrisp apple, or like second best, get yourself some Pink Ladies, Try those, and they will be infinitely better than a red delicious apple. Infinitely better, like not even close. So that's it for tonight, you guys. So I stayed now 10 minutes extra. Thank you for the questions. I love the questions. It's really great. Rafe says, what about Fiji apples? They are totally average. They're acceptable in a pinch. Definitely not my favorite though. Snapdragon apples are pretty good. The what were the other ones that they just came out with as well? Can't remember. Honeycrisp though is pretty much the gold standard apple for me. If I could have Honeycrisp every day, I would totally do it. Absolutely incredible apples. And if you get them super fresh as well, it seems like some other ones they'll spray them with some kind of chemical, and it kind of ruins the flavor a little bit. But you get the first ones of the year when they're at like peak freshness. It's an experience. You have to buy one. All right, guys. God bless you. Make plans for Friday. Make sure to come out and see us Friday. Friday is going to be great. If you can make it, even if you're not from Kittanning, come down to Kittanning and celebrate with us. It's going to be great. I'm very, very excited about it, and I want to see you there. That's it for today, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Have a podcast that's already edited. I'm going to upload it right now. It'll come out tomorrow afternoon. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll have back-to-back videos as well. And I'll probably have one last Tabernacles update before Friday coming out on Thursday. So be watching out. There'll be a lot of videos coming soon. Rafe wants to know where. So it'll be at Living Water Church in Kittanning. We're at 629 Woodward Avenue. And so if you're familiar with where the big Church of God used to be, Kittanning First Church of God, we bought their building in March. So if you can make it out, 629 Woodward Avenue. We just got signs on the building this last week. So just look for Living Water Church. And we will be in the back parking lot. The whole event will be outdoors. We'll have food, we'll have live music, we'll have teaching, and we'll have bonfires the entire night. It's going to be great. So come and join us. Come and join us. Have a good one, guys. See you next time.